Hey, it's me, and today we are honoring tradition, as we do occasionally on this channel. Apparently, last summer I painted on seashells, and I asked you guys to remind me the following summer, which is now, it's this summer, to do it again.
Remind me next summer if you want to see it again at that point.
And you know what? You guys can be kind of weird, sometimes a little bit demanding. I didn't say it. Who said that? Who said that? But I have to say, y'all are freaking reliable. If I ask you to remind me of something, a year later, you will remember. I had completely forgotten about the seashell thing until I look in the comments and see this huge group effort to remind me that it is time for me to paint seashells. You guys keep me in check.
And I love you for it.
Thanks to you guys, I am going to be doing my annual seashell painting video. I don't even have to get anything for this video or prepare because I still have my whole seashell hoard. It's gonna take a few more summers to finish off all of these. Let's paint on seashells. I don't know why I did that with my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna lay out some of my prized shells there. And this is really just a few choice shell selections. Not all that I have, okay? I have many more. It's probably best that I have so many because there have been casualties. It was a good shell. It was the shelliest shell of all the shells. Okay, anyway, these are the options. Some big ones, small ones, ridgy ones, striped ones, the big dirty looking one. So I'm gonna pick up a few to work on today, and let's start with this one. No, this two. I mean these two. I had an idea to do a set with these. They already kind of go together, so I'm gonna continue to make them kind of go together. Bringing out the paint, I've got a blue and a green here. Scoot, 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 in. And let's begin with the painting. This kind of feels weird actually, not using gesso first. Kinda miss it. Gesso, are you there? My heart is longing for you. All right, finishing off the blue shell and getting paint all over my hands.
Painting is messy.
The base color is done on both of these, so I can start sketching out my design. Oh, excuse me while I pick paint chunks off my pencil. That looks truly gross. Every time I get paint on something, it's the brown paint. Paint on my pencil, brown. Paint on my chair, brown. And it's just a gross look. All right, finishing up the sketch, and bada boom.
It's candy.
A lollipop and a gummy worm, generic nameless candy, mini generic nameless candies. So for the other one, I'm going to draw the opposite of candy.
Fruit.
Actually, those are really not opposites. Fruit is very sugary as well. I guess I could have done a vegetable themed shell. Who wants to look at a Brussels sprout and cauliflower?
Nope.
Vegetables are just not on the same level of cuteness. Fruit gets all the attention, and vegetables are just out here doing their best. They're the ones who are truly nutritious. Next time, I'll paint a vegetable theme. I won't. All right, the designs are sketched out, ready to paint. Now, I will say this batch of seashell designs are a little different. I've done 2 full videos of painting on seashells at this point, and a lot of time I try to stay on theme, you know, painting the ocean, painting underwater scenes, mermaid stuff, or I just use the shape of the shell for inspiration, doing little patterns and whatnot. But today, I just kind of went off the rails a little bit. It didn't matter what I was painting on. I could have been painting on underwear, okay? I just wanted to paint what I wanted to paint today. The seashell just happened to be there. Look at that mango. Isn't it beautiful? Sorry, I'm distracted by its beauty. Now I'm going to add some shadows and details on top using my paint pens. I always appreciate how easy these things are to use, but at the same time, the color limitations always frustrates me as well. Like, I'm trying to add some red shadows on this cherry, but the red is not dark enough. Then I go to add some shadows on the lemon, but this orange is clearly too dark. The shadow on the blueberries is too dark. And it's just a lot of being constantly slightly annoyed and not being able to control the exact color. But I don't know if that's really bothersome for most people or if it's just me being overly obsessed. I think it still looks pretty good, but it does still need the juicy highlights. So let me add those along with some other various dots. Very necessary. And there's the fruit shell, but it's still incomplete without its soulmate. Switching to this one, it's candy time. So I'm painting with the same color palette so that the shells kind of go together visually. Oh, this lollipop. It's a mess. So ugly. I was looking at this shell the whole time while I was painting it.
Obviously.
Where else would I be looking? Why? Okay, never mind. I just had this feeling that something was missing, and then it hit me. I forgot to paint the most important player in the candy world. A freaking gummy bear, okay? Like, what? That just hurts. I feel like if you're doing a candy theme, you have to put gummy bears on there. So that's tragic, but we're gonna try to be strong. Now this is ready for some details to come in, bringing a little bit more life and dimension to this candy. This is really making me want to eat candy. Especially that gummy worm. Look at the size of that thing. Imagine just chomping into that. Yeah, the proportions of this are a little off. I've never seen a strawberry that's nearly as big as a watermelon, although that would be awesome. No, that would be disgusting. I don't know, one of the two. Oh, here's a nice mistake. I made the highlight on this lollipop huge because I was trying to cover up the mess that was going on around there, but it really just made it worse.
Catastrophic failure.
So I had to redo the lollipop and make the highlight less obnoxious. And okay, there they are reunited again, which reminds me of when I paint shoes. Oh, this would be a cool shoe design. Okay, no. Now adding my signature onto each. And finally, I'm gonna seal these with, okay, we're just gonna completely ignore the actual wells of the palette. Alright, makes sense. I'm gonna quickly apply the varnish onto each of them, and boom, here is the final set. They look just how I pictured them in my head. I love the colors and how bright and fresh they look. They're just such a sweet pair. Ooh, I see that. Love is in the air. Are they kissing each other? Oh, seashell love.
It's intense.
Okay, let's take a little break for a super exciting launch of new products, and these are all for back to school, although I'm not going back to school. Never again. That's okay though, all of these things can be used whether you're in school or not. So of course, we've got the backpacks. This one is dessert themed, looking very tasty. Also, it matches my outfit. It's like I was made to wear this backpack. Then we've got this rainbow striped backpack, and oh, this may be my favorite backpack of all time. This is the backpack I will be using this year. Again, not in school, but you know, just in life. We've got the pickle laptop case, very useful and quite fuzzy. It'll keep your laptop real cozy. And there's a familiar face, Georgie's back. It looks just like the regular plush, right? But oh, what's this? He's a pencil case, look out. We've got the planner kit, which comes with all the things, 2 sticky note pads, a washi tape, a pickle keychain, planner stickers, and of course the planner itself. Then, yeah, that's right, there's more. There's the first and only official sketchbook. If you watch my videos regularly, you know what this is about. Finally, we've got the DIY eraser kit. This comes with eraser clay, which I've already been using, so sorry that it's custom pencils and sculpting tools so that you can create your own erasers, like this derpy little Georgie that I whipped up.
Oh, hello.
Of course, if you want to check out any of this awesome new merch, the link will be in the description. Also, as usual, make sure to check your order page so that you know when your items will ship, and let's get back to the painting. Alright, so next I'm going to work on these 3. That's right, it's another set. So bring in the paint. It's gone. Who stole my paint? I'm gonna mix up some rather unique colors here. Notice the addition of brown. Each color just got a little nugget of poo. And that's what's gonna make these colors more muted and desaturated, which is what I want. I know, it's shocking. Actually, they still look pretty vibrant, but you saw me, okay? I added brown. I tried. And I'm just gonna paint each of these shells with each of these 3 different colors. Wonderful. Here they are, looking very, painted. So now I can just plop on the designs, plop, and we'll start with you. The theme for this set is woodland creatures. So who do we have here? Oh dear, it's a deer. The woodland creatures on a seashell makes no sense. Maybe if I were painting on rocks, that would kind of go. But for seashells, I should have been doing sea creatures. But the problem is I didn't want to paint sea creatures. I wanted to paint woodland creatures. Maybe I'll paint some rocks with sea creatures on them later. For now, here's my deer. What is that black spot? Oh, okay, well. Next, I'm going to paint this little dude. He's supposed to be a skunk. I started painting him gray. Skunks are normally black, but I wanted his facial features colors to still be visible, but that was far too light. So I'm gonna mix a deeper gray and go with that. Now this skunk really is the inspiration for the entire set because of Frank. Frank is our backyard skunk. Okay, literally, he lives in our backyard. He didn't actually have a name until just now. I just made it up. We've only seen him once, but we've smelled him multiple times, okay? Frank can stank. It's unfortunate that skunks do that thing where they spray funky fumes out of their, wherever. I don't actually know. Is it their butt? I don't know. So this is Frank, and I love him. But at this point, he was definitely missing something. So I tried extending his smile. It was a terrible, terrible mistake. Tried to fix it with some highlights. That's just no. Let me go over that and try again. But then, of course, I had to add all this nonsense and make it look weird again. He looks like he's old, but I thought I could deal with it. So I tried to move on to the next one. No, I can't deal with it. Here's Frank again. I went through one last round of adjustments, got rid of those weird gray eyebrows, and there, that looks much better. And for the last woodland creature, I chose a hedgehog. In general, I paint a lot of animals, but I did try to choose kind of different animals than are typical for me this time, which made it kind of fun. And here's where I decided to film from this weird angle and block my painting with my hand. Don't panic, I'll give him the spotlight moment very shortly here, and we'll get to see him. After varnishing all of them, boom, here is the full set of Woodland seashells. That sounds so weird because it makes no sense, but I really like how it came out. It's a slightly different kind of vibe than my typical. I mean, they're still cutesy, but more subdued colors, and I've never painted a skunk before, so that's new. And now for the last shell. This was actually kind of a spur of the moment thing. Does this look familiar? How about now? I was just gonna use this shell for the thumbnail, but that felt like a waste. I just spread the paint all over the shell. It was a lot of paint that I used for that thumbnail. I'm getting it everywhere, just wiping it all over my hands. That's cool. Okay. Once that paint dried, I had to come up with an idea for this. Since it is very pink, I decided to go with like a girly theme and create this kind of frilly feminine design. I went with a nice big light pink bow smack in the center of it, give it some cute little details, make it look, you know, nice. It's already adorable. Add a bow to anything and it looks cute. Then I added a string of little white pearls kind of flowing and swirling all around the shell, going places. I didn't really know what I was doing here, but that actually ended up looking pretty cool. So I tried adding a little bit of like cartoony detailing to make them look a little bit more dimensional. I'm not sure how well it worked, if they really look like pearls, but I tried, and that's the important part. Finally, I added a little white string through them to make them look like a string of pearls, and then I decided to draw some little string bows around. I don't know why. Why would there be little knots tied in the string throughout? Did someone literally tie a bunch of short pieces of string together? I just felt like this needed some more details, and so that's what I did. I added my signature and threw on a nice glaze, and here is the final shell. I'm quite pleased with how this one came out, especially considering I was just kind of making it up as I went. It's actually pretty, except in there.
Don't go in there.
Well, that's all the seashells that I'm going to paint for this video. These were all just a little different. They're all nice, welcome additions to my painted seashell collection, which is apparently going to continue to grow every year. I'm counting on you next year. Don't change. Remind me next year and I'll be back with another one. If you haven't already seen my past seashell painting videos, I'll be sure to link both of those. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!